I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soared into the light.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tallinn International Airport in Estonia. My apologies for starting a little later today, but here I am. We are in minutes from a very special flight. Not only are we going to land in Malta, Luqa, a brand new airport by iniBuilds. We are also taking version 105 of the A220, was just recently released. This update promises a lot of new features. Well, not a lot of new features, but some new features. But above all, it promises some stability. And we are going to take a test at its current state, because not all flights were good with this airplane, as you guys will remember. And we need to have another go. This is a very interesting airport in Riga, as you can see. In Tallinn. As you can see, there's some ambient sounds. It's really cool. So although these models don't look that good, some are animated, some are static, and the static ones look really bad. But anything for immersion, while not really being heavy on the sim. And you can see here how Air Baltic really flies to other locations. So it's basically based on Vilnius in Lithuania, Riga in Latvia, and Tallinn in Estonia. And there are planes that are decorated with these liveries. This is the one we'll be flying today. This is the let's go outside. This is the beautiful Estonian livery for Air Baltic. And as you can see, this is not an official paint, by the way. This is done by a third-party artist. It's not really perfect. I mean, these lines should be really smooth, and they're not. But in any case, it's a real striking paint job for this airplane. The plane itself looks awesome, and if you can add some nice colors, it becomes even better. But without further ado, let's go inside and let's get our flight. Let's get the show on the road. This flight to Malta is going to be done in the daylight, although of course it's not real time. But I figured if I'm going to stop my world tour, and I promised my next flight will be during the daytime out of Bangkok, I might as well just use a different time zone. And today the flight will be during the daytime for your viewing pleasure. The flight itself will take about nearly 5 hours, but we will shorten by stretching time, so time compression will be in effect in a moment when we reach cruise. So let's get this show on the road. Let's import the Simbrief flight plan. Here we go from Lennart Meri. This is the Tallinn airport name, to Luqa in Malta. The flight time, of course, the arrival time should be at midnight, departing at 1950 Zulu. That's clearly not the right time. Yeah, but yeah, we are using current weather as well as current. We are going to use current time and weather. These meters will not refresh for some reason. It's one of the things not working correctly, but don't worry about it. It's going to be good. All right, we got GPU connected. We also got the jokes. We are going to set up the load sheet now for the sim using the Simbrief data. Import. Now the plane's loaded. We're ready to go. But of course, we will proceed with the rest of the flight plan. So the preparation. So battery 1, battery 2, and external power. Now we'll just wait for the plane to come to life. Synaptic has come a long way with this airplane, but it's still missing some features. It's still not 100% for sure, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Let's just wait for the plane to load. Alright, so yeah, okay, allow. Alright, so what we got here, so again, FMS1 fail is constantly happening. Let's load the checklist here for a moment. Power on checklists, ECL on the display unit 2, APU or external power. We are connected to external power. Now let's go move around our little overhead panel here. We should be able to perform a CVR test. It does test. All right, so emergency lights to arm, inlet to on, and I believe that was fixed. Let's get the seat belts to, and no to on, no personal electronic devices. Nav light is on. Cool. Right. Now we just need to turn on the power on the hydraulic systems. So let's set up hydraulic 3A, 3B, and 2B to auto, and our power on checklist is complete. INS is aligning itself. Now FMS is back on, so we confirm the Navigraph data is correct. Let's go here to flight plan uplink via Simbrief, send. Complete. Alright, now let's go here to the copy to secondary. Let's go to secondary, activate secondary, execute. Let's go back to active flight plan. Nope. What's going on here? Complete. Secondary. Now it's correct. Activate secondary, execute. Now the flight plan is correct. Alright, so as for performance, first of all, let's go to initiation. come here, flight plan wind request, and go to initiation here. So let's go here to the load sheet and let's get our zero fuel weight and CG in. So zero fuel weight is 50.8. Actually, we need to insert kilograms, not tons. So 50793. So we need to write first 50793. Got a goldfish memory here. Hello. What just happened? Hello. One more time. 50793. 50793. Ah, that's odd. Do we need to insert the other data first? We can't seem to be able to insert any data right now. Unless it needs to align itself. It could be the thing. Could be. We can, however, set up the CPDLC. So let's do that. We're going to request PDC, pre-departure clearance. So we come here to CNS, CPDLC, log on. So currently we can't really log on the ground, but we'll write down where we want to log on first, and it's going to be Echo Echo Tango Tango EETT. Done, and send. We're not gonna get anywhere with this, but still. Let's go data link, AOC, initialize data. So let's insert the data from our EFP. So we are BTI 95 Echo Sierra. So BTI 95 Echo Sierra. I was thinking if I should insert the entirety of the call sign. Oh yeah. And schedule the date of, I don't know, let's just send out Zulu time. So let's just send out at 21:30, something like that. That's Zulu time, I believe. So let's see if it accepts. It does. Destination, origin, it's going to be EETN. To LMML, that's Luqa. Expected time of depart. Let's also say 21:30. Expected time of ETE. Let's see, at 1 o'clock, something like that. I honestly don't know. ATC flight ID, it's going to be BTI. This is a little more elaborate than I usually need to insert data. That's why I'm struggling here, because usually it doesn't need to be this exhaustive. BTI Echo Sierra. So this one should be 95 Echo Sierra only. Right, and airline ID is BTI. BTI. That's Air Baltic. Initialize request. It's currently not working. Beyond ATC, it's correct. Let's go here and confirm our, yeah, we are logged in. So why isn't it not working? Let's Something changed here apparently. At least the button is highlighted. Well, doesn't matter. Should be able to. Alright. Let's go for the departure clearance then. We are at EETN then. That's it. We got ATC Charlie. Exactly. And we are at gate 13. How are you, Andrew? Drexy, hello. Sent. Request was sent. Let's see if, yeah, we got it. It's sent. Let's just wait for the reply. Until then, we need to load the aircraft, so let's do that. It's called GSX. Plane's already loaded, which is
boarding requested.
Animating everything. There comes the gate. Doors opening. FMS is still aligning itself, so for about 30 seconds remaining. Flight plan is fine. Until then, I believe. Here we go. Cleared for Malta Luqa, runway 26 departure via Orta 1 Tango, climb 6,000 feet. Squawk 2154, 80 Charlie when ready call. Alright, let's accept.
Passengers boarding started.
Sent. So now I lost the message here. I needed the message to copy everything. Now we need to go. It's a little. Alright, here we go. So, runway 26 via Orta 1 Tango. Let's go and do that. Flight plan. Oh, it's route. Getting a little sidetracked here.
Hello.
No, it's flight plan. What am I doing? So runway 26 via Orta 1 Tango.
This way, please.
Done. Execute. So now that the INS is aligned,
Good afternoon.
oh yeah, it's already loading. We got a CPDLC message. Received clearance confirmed.
Hello.
Alright. So we just need a CG Mac. Now we can load them correctly. CG Mac is 23.5.
This way, please.
And we have block fuel is 10.9 or 10.9 to 4.
This way.
Done. Now it's done. Alright, so we can request the winds. It populates and then clears at least the first waypoint for some reason. No, not an issue.
Hello.
INS is aligned, so we're good there. Let's go back here to route. Done. Let's go to performance now. And now we know the runway 26 is in effect. We can go here to our takeoff performance. Let's try to sync weather. It never syncs the weather. So let's go here and insert it manually. So 300 at 6. Temperature is 15.
Good afternoon.
And altimeter is 1021. So now we can calculate. Takeoff thrust is takeoff 2. V1 is 124, 129 is VR, and 135 is V2. State up flaps 2.
Hello.
Sent to FMS. here are the airspeeds, and let's confirm them. Done. As for
way,
the
please.
APR, let's arm it, and let's standard profile, bleed source off. That's no bleed
This
source
way, please.
engine. Sorry, engine NTIs not required. Call or engine. Oh, sorry, wing NTIs and call or engine NTIs off. Slats and flaps too.
Welcome
All right,
on
let's go to
board.
the pre-flight. Airplane documents in, operation engineer brought in the emergency equipment, gear pins, overhead panels
Welcome on
been
board.
checked, glare shield. Let's take a look at our glare shield. We got our squawk confirmed.
This way, please.
We don't have it, we will confirm it now. So our squawk is 2154.
This way, please.
Here we are, 54. And we're gonna set up the runway heading. So let's go ahead here and pick up our charts
Good
from
afternoon.
Navigraph. So airport briefing, that's not what we want. We want the airport data.
Good afternoon.
Alright, this one's good enough. So runway 26 is 261.
Good afternoon.
There it is.
Hello.
And we need to execute the flight plan. Done. Alright. So we are done here. Let's go here and prep our map.
Good afternoon.
We are going ETA and range altitude select. We overlay. We're going to use traffic for now, and then we'll use terrain as well,
This way, please.
but not right now. What's total fuel? It's not correct.
Hello?
What gives? Oh, it's not correctly loaded, the fuel. Now
Hello?
it is. Zero fuel weight is changed as well. At least the CG is changed.
Welcome on board.
I wonder what happened there. Block fuel was correct here. It was just disagreeing with the
May I see
actual
your boarding pass?
loaded fuel. So the block fuel is changed. Our CG now it's 30, which is more in line with previous flights. I was
Good
just
afternoon.
wondering. All right, good. We're prepped. We're just gonna wait for the passengers. Apparently, there's no more passengers coming, so we're just about ready.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So we still don't have weather, unfortunately. It's still just a non-working button. Let's just get a little light here. Although we'll fly during the daytime today, so no issue with lighting. Alright, so we got invalid speeds. It's always giving out this error. Of course we got invalid speeds, we're on the ground. Alright, baggage is still being loaded. How cool is this plane? Cool in its design. The livery is also cool. Not a lot of planes in Tallinn today, but remember we're flying with current time. So in Tallinn right now is probably 2300 hours, so it's late in the night. Same will happen at Luqa. It's the time I got. Sorry guys, I can't do this earlier. Especially today, I got a little late. Baggage is just about to be done. Just one more bag. Come on guy, you can do it. There goes the bag. It's funny that the cart needs to wait until the bag is in the point before it leaves. It's just a thing with GSX. Now that's done, it's gonna leave. Alright, so we are just about done. So displays are jacked, ICAS and info, altimeters. We're gonna set it altimeters now. We got local altimeter is 1021. Set and cross-checked. Good. Center panel and pedestal checked. Let's check the side sticks. So pretty cool feature here. We go here to the Synaptics flight controls and I'm going to check the side stick operation on both sides. So this is my side only. Full deflection left, neutral, deflection right, neutral, aft, and forth. Now this plane has a soft positioning and a hard positioning. It apparently only goes a soft on pitch, so it doesn't go full deflection. You can see the rudder is deflected fully left. That's probably because the hydraulic systems are non-operational just now. But let's start APU. APU starting. Should run back to run. There it is. Waiting for the APU indication to go fully. There it is. Valve is, or the door is open. The APU is starting. And we can call GSX and tell them to disconnect. Should be a cool flight. I've already flown to Luqa.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
But I've never flown to this Luqa. This is iniBuilds Luqa, and it's been released very recently. A couple of days ago, I think. Parking brake as required. APU is starting. Departure briefing is completed. Betsy's with us today again.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Gonna turn on the wing inspection. Well, not the wing inspection. Local lights only. All the other lights are okay. Alright, APU is available. Turn off external power and release it from the ground equipment.
Locking gear.
Confirm we got parking brake is set. So remove the chocks and let's call it in. So first of all, let's tune the tower. Apparently there's no ground, so it's directly to the tower. And once more, I have no sound with beyond DC. There it is. Stand by. What's my call sign? Is Air Baltic. I have it here on the other page. Air Baltic 95 Echo Sierra. Tallinn ground, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, ready to push back and start up.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Tallinn Tower, pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Facing east. Face east, Air Baltic 95 Echo Sierra.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Copy, start at wheel. Let's start number 2. Remember, these engines need to motor. They do motoring before they actually start. So they'll rotate to cool down this, the ducts, and all the system, and then they'll start. It's a characteristic of these Pratt & Whitney GTF geared engines. It also, the same also happens with the A320.
Reset parking brakes.
with the Pratt & Whitney. Parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
And of course this is, so FMS just rebooted itself. Typical. APU is running. So before start checklist complete, let's do after start checklist. Before taxi and after start checklist. Here comes the engine 2. Checking oil temperature, oil pressure. Currently oil temperature is a little low, but that's perfectly fine. Actually, yeah, it's a little low, 25. It's rising though. Our engine 2 start, let's start number 1. Let's call GSX and tell them that so GSX still has that issue. We can't call it good engine start. So engine is not start because the engine status is not transmitted to GSX, not yet. So we just need to press this one. Stop here and complete pushback.
Unlocking gear.
Engine 1 is motoring. Takes a moment. It's the only boring part of starting up this plane is just waiting for the engines to motor. It can take about 2 minutes for them to be fully ready after pressing the ignition.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Here comes the engines.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Engine 1. I don't see the pin though. Oh, she did show the pin, but Betsy was distracted. Sorry about that. Right, engine 1 is available. Turn off APU. And let's call the ground or the tower to request taxi. Tower, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, request taxi for the active.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, taxi to holding point Hotel Lima, runway 26 via Alpha Hotel Hotel Lima.
Taxi to holding point Hotel Lima via Alpha Hotel and Hotel Lima. Runway 26, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. Right. Select flaps 2. Done. Nozzle steering on. ICUS and info set. We just need to set up our flight controls or check them. So let's turn here. Full deflection left, neutral, full deflection right, neutral, full pitch up, neutral, full pitch down, up, sorry. It's not working. Why is it not working? The elevators. Ah, there it is. Full pitch up, full pitch down, neutral, parking rudder left, full rudder right, and neutral. There we go. I just love that sound. Let's turn on our taxi lights first. I'm gonna set it to wide and let's move. Notice that the plane does not need as much power to get off the ground. That's good. What I mean is that it required a lot of drag before. So we need to go via, we are right here at Apron Mike, so we need to go via Hotel Lima. Alright, so we need to go, oh, I think we're steering, oh yeah, we're about to crash here. Turn on the pedal disconnection. Turn it on. No, now it's turned on. Alright, so that's Hotel Lima, then Alpha. I'm gonna turn on track IR now. Alpha's right here. All the way, and then left-hand turn. Because we need to backtrack all the way. Not entirely all the way, because we're gonna hold here at Hotel Lima. So right now we are at Hotel. Well, this says here it's Mike Bravo, but it's Hotel, then Alpha. It's right here. Flight following here. We don't have BTV or charts, ground charts on the map yet. So just like the A350, you should be able to decrease the range, and this will make you enter the ground map, so you don't have to use that particular chart. But that's not available yet, unfortunately. Speaking of charts, let's set our charts here on the data page. I'm going to select the departure. So our departure will be Horta 1 Tango. Flight controls have been checked. So Horta 1 Tango is Vortex right here, so it just flies straight southwest, sorry. Tallinn airport is not that big, not a lot of traffic at this time of the day. Remember, although it's daytime, I'm flying with actual time, so right now is 23:15, so it's kind of late, not a lot of traffic. It's using real traffic, by the way. Pretty cool airport though. I think I'll be flying here more often. These Baltic airfields are quite unique. They serve a very specific area, a very specific region, and there's a lot of regional flights, very interesting ones. In some areas you still see some very old airplanes flying around because, you know, they're workhorses. Unfortunately, nowadays you don't see many Soviet-era aircraft anymore. Anymore, but back in the day you used to see a lot of Antonov and Ilyushin, but not anymore. That's a cool livery or a cool paint job there on an hangar. It looked like a flight school or something. Pardon the ignorance, but just never been. Magnetic MRO. Panaviatic, nice name, with a little dragon there. Nice airplane there. Private jet. This is a Lear 35, by the way. Some Boeing aircraft, probably also private. They're all white though. It's nice to visit these little airports. Pekaniska. Pekaniska. Yeah. I bet I'm butchering the name. Sorry about that. I'm just readjusting my trigger here. There we go. Now I can look sideways better. So this airport is actually pretty detailed. Stick around to the end, or if you're watching the recording, you can go all the way to the landing phase where we will be visiting Luqa airport in Malta that was recently released by iniBuilds. And I already had a Luqa airfield from another developer, but it was very old, built for Flight Simulator 2020. This one, however, was built for 2024, so I guess it's more advanced, so to speak. It is iniBuilds is one of the best developers for sceneries right now. It's arguable about the planes, but not really about the sceneries. They are really good at what they do, and I'm really excited to visit it. I think this light is still not working, but well, during the daytime we don't need those lights anyway. And you gotta be impressed by the visibility of this cockpit. It's these embedded windows, they're very cool. The only downside is that you cannot open the windows, either on this aircraft or the A350, but that's the only downside. Alright, let's arm VNav. First of all, we need to arm nav, and now VNav. And now we're going to press the toga button. TO VTO set.
Tallinn Tower with your 3357 Airbus at 320 and with information Delta, ramp Mike 2 request IFR clearance to Kasim.
With a 3357, Tallinn Tower, cleared to Kasevia out at 1 Tango departure, runway 26, climb to flight level 060, squawk 4612.
Cleared to Kasevia out at 1 Tango departure, runway 26, climb to flight level 060,
this is our holding point.
With a 3357.
With a 3357, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
We're going to come
Roger
in
that,
off.
with a 3357.
Our holding point would be that one over there. Let's
with a 3357 at ramp Mike 2 request pushback.
With a 3357, Tallinn Tower, pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east with a 3357.
Tallinn Tower, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, ready to go, runway 26.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Tallinn Tower, wind 290 degrees 5 knots, runway 26, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 26, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. Here we go. No traffic on the approach. No traffic.
Approaching 26.
Confirmed. There's an ASL cargo plane there.
On runway 26.
Here we go. Auto throttle engage.
Wizard 3357, request taxi.
Wizard 3357, taxi to holding point Hotel Lima, runway 26 via Alpha Hotel Hotel Lima.
Taxi to holding point Hotel Lima, runway 26 via Alpha Hotel Hotel Lima, Wizard 3357.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. We need to turn left, but flight director is telling me to. Ah, there it is. It's kind of acting crazy there.
Air Baltic 905, Echo Sierra, contact Tallinn departure 127.905.
127.905, Air Baltic 905, Echo Sierra. Departure, Air Baltic 905 Sierra with you, 2,000 feet, climbing to 6,000 feet.
Air Baltic 905, Echo Sierra, Tallinn departure, identified, climb flight level 180.
Speed check, flaps 1. Climb to flight level 150, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, it's 180, not 150.
Negative, climb flight level 180.
Yep. Climb to flight level 180, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. So for some reason the flight director is not flying nav, it just disconnected from nav there for some reason. And we're back at it. Nosing down to allow the plane to accelerate. Then we can clear to flap 0. Pilot now. Heading to automatic.
All aircraft be advised, information echo now current, QNH 1021.
Speed check, flap 0. QNH 1021, set and cross-checked. Transition 050, we can set this to standard. Altimeter standard and set. We should be able to program on the FMS, but I completely forgot. Plane's now accelerating. Let's see how VNAV now behaves itself. No discontinuity here, so let's keep up. We didn't perform this, but we can set trims, flap, NTI, auto brake, not required. We should have made an RTO there. Thrust, runway, and cabin runway is not available. After takeoff checklist, take us so we can disconnect the pedal disconnect button, depress it, and complete. Now we'll just climb. Our cruise. So no, we don't need this anymore. Our cruise will be flight level 360 initially, then we should descend to 350, but we'll keep up at 360 for now after we are cleared. VNAV looks to be following the line correctly, but the major issues occurred on descent, not on climb, at least for me. So we come here to climb, and this is where we insert our position, altitude, and the same for the destination, which we have here at Luqa, Malta, is 070. 070. Sorry, FL270.
Tallinn approach, Scandinavian 1772, good day, passing flight level 101, descending to 2,200 feet with information echo. Scandinavian 1772, Tallinn approach,
10,000
QNH1021, expect the ILS approach, runway 26. QNH 1021, expect the ILS approach, runway 26, Scandinavian 1772.
And we can disconnect seatbelt signs as well as back signs to arm. Now we're going to log in on CPDLC. So we are still at Echo Echo Tango Tango. And when we're airborne, now we can connect. Notified. Just going to wait for the logon to occur. Alright. Now I can disconnect my track IR so I don't move my head and you guys get motion sickness because of me. Hello Drexy, how are you my friend? I already said hello, didn't I? Never too much. My dear friend Andrew was here earlier, but I believe he's gone now. Sorry for starting this late. I will try to...
905 Echo Sierra, contact Tallinn Control 127.175, have a good day.
127.175 for Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, good day. Center Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra with you, flight level 150, climbing to flight level 180. Logon accepted.
905 Echo Sierra, Tallinn Control, good day, identified, climb flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360 of Air Baltic 905 Sierra. Alright, and we are connected to Tallinn CPDLC. And with that, we are... So this is... you guys may remember, may or may not remember, let's see if the terrain, it was working. No, it's still not working. This never worked well. So I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to restart the terrain server that for some reason keeps disconnecting. It just shuts down. So now it's working again. Let's see. Set up terrain and there we go. If you guys remember, I'm doing great, Drexy. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm doing great. A little late today for this flight, but I'm very excited to show you the new Malta airport. So I'm doing great. So, like I said...
Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, contact Tallinn Control 124.415.
124.415 Air Baltic Echo Sierra. 41, yeah, that's it. Control Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra with you, flight level 190, climbing for flight level 360.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Tallinn Control, identified.
Alright, let's put Betsy replying. So like I was saying, these buttons here, the very first flights I've made, this I thought would be the recall button to recall the messages here. But this is the recall button, yes, but that's for the CPDLC or ACARS or data link. So it's not for the ACAS information. For that, you come here to the messages, and if there are pending or deleted, they will show up here. So, my bad. I just didn't know the plane. And since this is modeled on the original plane, I couldn't have known. I only managed to make these buttons work after I got this CPDLC mod. This is a mod, by the way. The way this, the PDC and CPDLC the way I've done it until now. This is all a mod and that you can download from Flight Sim TO. If you guys are interested, I can share you the link. I'll put the link in the description afterwards. Alright, so it's gonna be a moment now until we get to Malta. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set time compression just now so that we can get there a little faster. Granted, I started later today, and this is almost a 5-hour flight in real time. We do need time compression. And there we go. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a little break, but I'll be right around the corner. We're not going to exceed flight level. Actually, we are only going to exceed flight level 350. So I'll come back when we do exceed 350 because we need to turn off the NTI system. And I'll be right back. Klokkezing toegeweest. Kwam toe, ik heb een virulet. So we
Center on 133.2 Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. Reader control Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, flight level 360. Air Baltic 905
So we
Echo
are
Sierra,
going to
read
turn off
control
the ATI
identified.
system. And that will accomplish the high altitude climb check.
Read control, Suntec 1521, flight level 370.
Suntec 1521, read control identified.
Read control, Finnair 4 Yankee Lima, good day, flight level 390.
Finnair for Yankee Lima, read control identified. Vilnius Control, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, good day, flight level 360.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Vilnius control identified.
Vilnius Control, Air Baltic 716, passing flight level 359, climbing to flight level 370.
Air Baltic 716, Vilnius control, good day, identified. Continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, Air Baltic 716.
Air Baltic 716, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Air Baltic 716.
Air Baltic 716, descent to 9,500 feet, QNH 1021.
Descent to 9,500 feet, QNH 1021, Air Baltic 716. Control 133.305, good day. Contact Luqa Control 133.305, Air Baltic 716, have a good day.
Was a radar, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, good day, flight level 360.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, was a radar identified. Wizard 86, report ready for descent. Ready for descent, Wizard 86. Wizard 86, descent to 5,000 feet, 2NH1021. Descent to 5,000 feet, 2NH1021, Wizard 86.
Radar, Finnair 2108, flight level 380.
Finnair 2108 was a radar identified.
And I'm back. Betsy behaved herself while I was gone. Or what? Sorry. So we are passing this Baltic area at Mach point 3.7 or something. That's pretty outrageous. That's the benefits of time compression. As for the performance on this aircraft, in terms of VNAV, the vertical navigation climbing was actually pretty good, pretty decent compared with the VSD line that was drawn here. Previously, the plane would always underperform beneath it, even though the correct fuel, overall cargo and passenger weight as well as fuel was correctly inserted, as well as, of course, the CG. The plane would always underperform, but now it appears that it's a lot better. I can't really say if it's on par with the real aircraft, but it certainly looked like it was following the VNAV path it had drawn for the climb. Alright, let's contact the next station. I'll let Betsy do the honors.
What's a radar? Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, flight level 360.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra was a radar identified.
We got another step climb here to flight level 370 at Kati. So in 3 waypoints. And then after Kati, you notice that we will start our descent here. There's our DOD. That's in about 600 miles to Kati, 640 miles to Kati. I would say about 800 miles so to our top of descent. So still a long way to go. We can of course request a higher altitude as long as performance allows. So the maximum right now is the 370. So that means that we still have weight, too much weight to go beyond that. We can only, according to our flight plan, we can only request that at Kati. We should descend to 350 at Barrel and then back to 360 at Boksu. The reason why Simbrief does this is because of the odds and evens. So at certain countries, you'll be flying northbound to southbound, or from north to south, that's what I mean, or south to north, or east to west, or west to east. You will be given a different flight altitude, either odds or evens. So right now we are in evens, 360, and in some countries, the fact that you're flying southbound, you need to be on evens, on odds, sorry. So we might need to descend to 350 or climb to 370. Now, this is, most of the times it's a performance issue. So the system, when Simbrief was designing the flight plan, it took into account the aircraft fuel burn per hour and plus how heavy it would be, and so it planned.
Radar Magic Sun 774 Papa, good day, flight level 359.
It predicted that it could not go to 370, so it gave me 350. But then at Boksu, we should be coming back to even. It came back to 360. If I was able to go to 370 at Barrel, it would give me that number here. So pretty smart what Simbrief does. The reason why I didn't request it is it's because it's marginal, and beyond ATC doesn't really jive with these altitude odds and evens. Sometimes I request the altitude. So for example, at Kati, I'm going to request flight level 370, and it will probably just tell me to keep on an even number. And I will check if I can go to 380 at that time, probably not. And if that happens, then I'll request it. Unfortunately, this aircraft doesn't have the step menu available here. Not sure if the real one has it or it's just a simulation limitation. Remember, there's a lot of stuff on this plane that's missing because the real plane doesn't have, and thus the simulation also doesn't have. Is that an airfield? It looks like a map error. Looks like a missing tile there. And another one. Looks like it's a terrain missing tile. Probably some issue with the geographic data. It's a beautiful place in the world, Central Europe, to be honest. The Balkans and all that. It's a beautiful place to visit. But as you can see, we're getting close to, this is Greece here, this is Italy. So we're getting close to the Adriatic Sea here, and the weather is closing in actually. Quite a pleasant flight though. One more time for those that weren't here in the beginning. I'm making this flight during the daytime only in sim because I'm utilizing current weather and traffic
Radar
information.
127.425. Contact Bratislava Radar 127.425 with Malta 1 Whiskey Delta. Have a good day.
So Malta, we'll talk about it in a moment. Malta is, I'm going to switch freaks here.
Bratislava radar, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Boudet, flight level 360.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Bratislava Radar identified.
We don't need traffic.
With a 3284, contact with the pest control 135.2, bye-bye.
Center 135.2 with a 3284. Have a good day.
By the way, this isn't arbitrary. This is a crew contract. So, who decides who gets the terrain and who gets the traffic? It's not arbitrary. I mean, each pilot is responsible for their own ND, their own PFD, but at the same time, this is a crew operating. So what happens is, most of the times, the pilot monitoring will have its eyes on the ND, on the instruments, and they can switch that role, of course, but there's a point for this. So one pilot keeps his head down looking at the instruments, the other pilot looks outside. Why? Well, sometimes stuff happens outside that it's not here on the ND. These have a notorious delay. The airplane detections have a notorious delay. So even though I'm looking at these and they look like real time, they actually have a slight delay. It's not by much, but it's enough that they might be elsewhere when we think they're here. This plane could be flying to the right, and if that happens, we might think it's just stuck. See, now it's slightly changing. And you can see the rate, actually, if I zoom in, you can actually see the rate at which they're updated. See that? Bang, 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 bang. So each one of these is a radar ping. And so, so we got another CPDLC, that's accepted. We are just switching comms here. We're going very fast now. But you can see how they are updated.
Budapest control, Air
And
Baltic
so,
905 Echo
you
Sierra,
might think, well, that
flight
plane
level
is
360.
on that path here, it's not going to interfere. But the pilot monitoring, or the pilot flying, is looking outside and is looking for other traffic. If there is an indication, of course, you don't need to always be looking outside. And again, this is a crew contract. This is something both can agree upon, who does what, so that one pilot keeps attention on the instruments, the other keeps attention on the flying aspect. And this, of course, there's the captain's decisions, so that the captain decides most of the critical stuff, while the first officer has auxiliary work. Whoa, that's a hard word to say if you're not American or English.
Lufthansa 7906 Heavy, Budapest control identified.
Auxiliary. Wow, that's not hard. That's not easy. So the Adriatic Sea is 12 o'clock. You can see it already. And look at this. This is a very characteristic of this area. There's a lot of agricultural fields. Pretty interesting.
Budapest control, Sky Travel 34 Quebec, passing flight level 363, descending to flight level 180.
So this livery has some
Sky Travel 34 Quebec, Budapest control identified.
I think it still has some problem with the livery, not with the paint job. Alright, accept. Still crossing airspaces.
Budapest control, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, flight level 360.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Budapest control
Lots of
identified.
traffic, even though it's nighttime with the real life traffic. This is night traffic here in southern Europe, southeastern Europe. So we have traffic warnings, of course, but we're going so fast with that.
Echo, contact to the pest control 128.905. Have a good day. Contact to the pest control 128.905.
We're going way too fast for traffic to be alerted. Boa noite, Angelo. Angelo Santos is in the house. Another good visitor. Oh, cloud forming. So the reason why it's happening is because we're flying with time compression, so it will provoke these funky puffy clouds appearing. And the winds are changing. We're now getting some side wind here, making us steer off slightly to the left, so the plane's compensating to the right. There's another traffic warning. Let's see if we can see the plane. I still can't hear the traffic oral warning for some reason. There's a lot of things missing on this airplane. The biggest one for me is the weather radar. So right now, if there's turbulence here, there's no way for me to know, because the plane doesn't have a weather radar. When I started flying Flight Simulator 2020, and even after I switched to 2024, there was this stigma. Companies like Phoenix, PMDG, and many others simply refused to implement a Sobo's radar system because they claimed it wasn't easy to work with and was unrealistic. Fact of the matter is, no radar. I mean, you can fly with it, it's just risky when you see stuff like this. How do you know if there's turbulence inside here? Modern day Doppler radars don't just show rain droplets, they actually show turbulence as well, so it's very important to have a working radar. And if it's not available, then it becomes a
Subgrid
nightmare.
radar, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, flight level 360.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Subgrid radar identified.
I just love how this plane looks. And this livery suits it very, very well. Good job on the paint job, Air Baltic. Really good job. This is, of course, the Estonian flag. Blue, black, and white. There must be a meaning for this flag. And of course, the Air Baltic lime green color on the engines and winglets. Air Baltic is a very cool,
77 Golf Sierra. Contact Budapest Control 135.
very cool airline.
Contact Budapest Control 135.
They are a low-cost airline, but they're based in the Baltic countries. Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, I believe. This is, I think Latvia is the origin, if I'm not mistaken, or at least where the air quarters is. But it is a mixed, a shared ownership by Latvia and Lithuania, as well as Estonia. And they paint these airplanes. I mean, I've flown with the Latvian livery, the red and white and red striped. There's also a Lithuanian flag one. I believe it's green, yellow, and red. I've not flown with that. I don't own that livery. I don't think. I've not seen it. Maybe there is one in Flight Sim 2. I just never got to download it. And of course, we got the 50th aircraft on the fleet paint job with that beautiful drawing of a lady and a few birds and beetles and all that. It's beautiful. I've flown with those two. This is the third paint job from Air Baltic. And of course, I flew with the original standard Air Baltic livery, the white and lime green.
Subgrid radar, Lufthansa 1714. Good afternoon.
So I believe we're flying over Croatia right now.
Lufthansa 1714 Subgrid radar identified.
Yes, we're in Zagreb, so we're flying over Croatia.
Report ready for descent.
I've heard Croatia is a very beautiful country for mountaineering. Not sure if it's better than Moldavia or the Carpath Mountains.
Sarajevo radar, Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, flight level 360.
So right now we're reaching Kathy. This is where we need to request a new flight level. So let's see if we can get it. If not, we'll improvise. 370, which is still the one we can get right now. And due to aircraft performance, and let's. We need to write down FL 370. Let's see if we can get it. Right.
Sarajevo radar, Janix 27 Hotel, flight level 360.
Not sure if this is refreshed or not. Apparently we can just only get to 370.
Contact Airbus Center 123.775. Contact Airbus Center 123.
So the message has been sent. It's written closed because it's sent and closed. But we're now waiting for the reply. There it is. Climb to flight level 370. Alright, accept. Let's go flight level 370. We'll press flight level change. It'll let us rip. Here we go.
With Malta for Golf Whiskey, contact Airbus Center 123.775. Have a good afternoon. Center on 123.775 with Malta for Golf Whiskey.
It's actually the optimal altitude as well as the max. I don't think this is correct. Or maybe it is. Maybe the plane is just conservative. And, or non-conservative in that case. And just allows us to fly straight in the maximum altitude.
With Malta 6 Kilo Alpha,
Most planes will give you a little buffer. They would say something. They would say something like flight level 380 or 385 or 390 as maximum, but the optimum will be below that, but not this plane. Alright, let's see how far are we from our destination. So if we are crossing Italy, or not yet, but we will be crossing Italy, Malta is just below Italy, so it's not that far from Italy. In fact, I was planning on flying from Italy, but I decided to go from Tallinn because I've never flew from Tallinn, actually, and I wanted to see how it is. And it's a very, very cool airport, as you guys saw. Right, let's check out our flight plan. I was just there. Alright, so, routing, we are expecting runway 13. And we are going to fly direct via GZ Oscar.
Sarajevo radar, Janix 6 Alpha Juliet, good afternoon, flight level 380.
So runway...
Janix 6 Alpha Juliet, Sarajevo radar, identified.
13, so it's the opposite runway. And we're going to need vectors. Done. Execute. So we will have a discontinuity after the final points, and then we will need radar vectoring. There it is for the ILS. Contact Simbrief. Let's go. We'll probably be.
Soviet radar, Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, flight level 370.
Because we are now crossing the Adriatic Sea, so we will be on Italy airspace.
4820, cleared inlet 3 Mike arrival, runway 17.
Cleared inlet 3 Mike arrival, runway 17 with Malta 4820.
Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Soviet radar identified.
Soviet radar, 11521, up to flight level 320, climbing to flight level 370.
Italy, 12 o'clock.
11521, Zagreb radar identified. With Malta 4820, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent with Malta 4820.
With Malta 4820, descend to flight level 120.
Descent to flight level 120 with Malta 4820.
Not long now.
Fueling to 481, contact low grade radar 135.8, bye-bye.
Well, we still need to cross Italy.
135.8, fueling 2481.
We need to cross Italy almost entirely and then get to our climb of descent, top of descent. Except
Ryanair 791 X-ray, Roma radar identified. Ryanair 9 Golf Hotel, contact Roma radar 128.75.
Center 128.75, Ryanair 9 Golf Hotel.
Roma radar, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, good afternoon, flight level 370.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Roma radar identified.
so
Roma radar is
even though we got clearance for runway 13, ATIS at Malta is telling us the ILS is for runway 31.
Zulu November, contact Brindisi radar 128.3.
Center 128.3, Ryanair 25 Zulu November. Have a good
I'm
afternoon.
going to select what's on the ATIS
Ryanair 5 Alpha Delta,
because I know
cleared
for a
Elba 1
fact
Delta
that these
arrival,
things
runway
change
03
like
right.
crazy.
Cleared Elba 1 Delta arrival, runway
And again,
03
we're
right.
hoping for
Ryanair 5 Alpha Delta.
ILS, but we don't
Roma radar,
always get
Wizz
that.
1706, passing flight level 354, climbing to flight level 390.
Plane is
Wizz
behaving quite well,
1706
even
Roma radar
with time
identified.
acceleration, which is awesome. I
Air
think
Serbia 909
Synaptic did a good
77,
job in
contact Brindisi radar
optimizing it. There's still a lot of
128.3,
missing
good day.
features, but I think they can now move on from optimization to features.
Quarter to 3 to Alpha, report ready for descent.
So assuming this will be our
Quarter to
ILS
3
for
to Alpha,
runway
descend to
31,
6,000 feet,
we're going to get our chart here.
Descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1014, quarter to 3 to Alpha.
And let's
Roma
select
radar, Wizz Malta 831, good afternoon, flight level 360.
the approach.
Wizz Malta 831, Roma
Runway
radar identified.
31. Right, there we
Ryanair
go.
5
So
Alpha
runway
Delta,
21
contact
is a
Roma radar
straight-in approach out of
121.315.
Sudox.
Center
At
121.315, Ryanair 5 Alpha Delta. Have a
Standard
good
3
afternoon.
degree dial ILS light path. Course will be 312. ILS frequency 110.5.
Alpine 8
Our decision
Golf Hotel,
altitude
Roma
will be
radar identified.
431. So we're going to set here
Ryanair
430.
58 Hotel Mike, cleared Peritola 1 November arrival, runway 03 right.
Cleared Peritola 1 November arrival, runway 03 right. Ryanair 58 Hotel Mike.
Ryanair 68 Quebec,
30,
contact
done.
Roma radar 127.35.
And
Center 127.35, Ryanair 68, Quebec.
And that's it. And now for
Alpine 3634, report ready for
prepping.
descent.
Ready for descent, Alpine 3634.
We are
Alpine
going
3634,
to
descent to flight
get
level
the weather
180.
here. So
Descent to flight level 180, Alpine
OAT
3634.
is currently 29er.
Alpine 83 Golf Hotel, descent via start to 7,000 feet, QNH
Runway
1015.
is wind is 180 at 4.
Alpine 83 Golf Hotel.
Ryanair 7109, contact Roma radar
QNH local is
132.855, bye-bye.
1017.
Center 132.855, Ryanair 7109.
We're going to land with flaps 5 and we're going to set our landing speed for vRAAS plus 5.
Quality
because we will
1
be
Lima
using
Alpha, Roma radar
our
identified, continue descent to flight level
thrust,
340.
auto throttle.
Continue descent to flight level 340, quality 1 Lima Alpha.
So there it is, ILS 31, frequency 110.5, final approach course 312.
Wizz Malta 288,
We got
Roma
a
radar
threshold
identified.
331 feet, not
Itaro
much, and
1735,
ISO back
contact
was
Roma
3
radar
degrees.
132.855, bye-bye.
Good.
Center 132.855,
Good.
Itaro 1735.
So we do have a very strong crosswind. It's not affecting us by much, but still. So we
Roma
passed
radar, Easy
Italy.
19 Charlie Foxtrot,
Now
flight
we're
level
going towards
357.
Sicily.
Easy 19 Charlie
Sicilia.
Foxtrot, Roma radar identified, continue descent to flight level 340. Continue descent to flight level 340, Easy 19 Charlie Foxtrot. Wizard 299, contacted over radar 133.305.
You see that this jagged paint job effect is all over the airplane. It's not all over the window, it's not just here. It doesn't look good. It's a constant around the... I believe it's a livery issue, not a
Italian 2367, cleared Covers 1 Echo arrival, runway 32.
Cleared Covers
So,
1 Echo arrival, runway 32.
Malta is right after
367.
Sicily, so we do need to get our clearance
Legend
before we get
504
to
Alpha,
Sicily.
cleared Carrot 8 Romeo arrival, runway 04 left.
Cleared Carrot 8 Romeo arrival, runway 04 left, Legend 504 Alpha.
Ryanair 769
So I was talking about,
Arbon 3 Charlie arrival, runway 28.
Cleared Arbon 3 Charlie arrival, runway 28.
I was talking about
Ryanair
Malta.
62 Charlie Yankee, contact Roma radar 121.315, have a
Malta
good
is a very
afternoon.
peculiar
Center
island
131.315, Ryanair
because it has
62
seen a
Charlie
lot
Yankee.
of different governments. At some point, even the British were governing the island, I believe. But it has a lot of history, so there's a lot of history with the Romans, even before that. It's a very cool island for archaeological visiting.
Heavy contact Roma radar 132.855.
But I think the beaches aren't that special. I believe there aren't many white sand or sandy beaches actually. It's mostly rocky beaches. I've had a few friends that worked there for a while. They were actually living there, and they tell me that living there was okay. But you'll be amazed to know that there are more than 900 planes registered to Malta. But you'll see how small the island and the airport really is. So it kind of doesn't make sense, but it is what it
Roma
is.
radar, Air Baltic 905, Echo
There's a
Sierra,
reason for
flight
that.
level 370.
So Malta is like a fiscal paradise. Companies have very good protections in there, so and lots of lessors, airplane lessors, choose to register their aircraft in Malta, even though they most likely will not fly there that often. They will fly around the world. And there's a lot of companies that choose Malta as their base of operations, even though they don't really work in Malta.
Bravo Romeo, Roma radar identified. Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra.
So that's why there's a lot of airline traffic. Now there's a big mountain here, the volcano. There it is. Very cool view of the... Is this Mount Vesuvius? Sorry for my lack of...
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, report ready for descent.
Oh, hold on, this is us. Ready for descent, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, verify ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. It never understands what I'm saying.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, expect runway 31.
Expect runway 31, Air Baltic 905, Echo Sierra.
Right, tell us to descend.
Itaro 1735, contact Roma radar 133.25, good day. Center
Alright, let's decelerate. Not comfortable.
Roma radar, EGN 8 India Bravo, flight level 360.
EGN 8 India Bravo, Roma radar identified. Roma radar.
So we are expecting runway 31. See, I was right. I was right.
Malta 8 Alpha Golf, Roma radar identified.
So I already said we're ready for
LL
this.
372, contact Brindisi radar 128.3. Center 128.3, LL 372.
Roma radar, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, ready for descent.
Roma radar, Qatari 20 X-ray heavy, flight level 370.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, you broke up. Say again altitude.
Ready for descent, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, I
Oh
didn't
my
get
God.
that altitude. Say again altitude.
Never mind.
Cancel altitude change, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, roger, altitude change request cancelled.
It just doesn't understand.
Air Baltic 905
There
Echo
it is.
Sierra, descent flight level 280.
Flight level 280, Baltic 905 Echo Sierra.
Qatari 20 X-ray,
Not
heavy
this.
contact, Malta radar 130.975.
Central 130.975,
So we can
Qatari
achieve
20
top of the
X-ray
climb,
heavy.
otherwise it will move away from us. TFC is now set to below automatically, that's the way to go. We're crossing Cecilia. So is that Mount Vesuvius or what? Maybe it is. I apologize if my geography sucks. As we cross flight level 350, we should turn on anti-ice again, and then we can accomplish descent and approach checklists. By the way, there was a bug here earlier that forced me to reinstall this airplane. The seats were all pink. It's resolved. So reinstalling the plane solved it. Everything here was pink. It was crazy. So welcome to the A220 beautiful cabin, the 3-2 configuration,
75 Delta Echo, flight level 319.
or 2-3 if you want. Single aisle.
75 Delta Echo, Roma radar identified.
But it's only an Airbus by name. Everything in this plane is different. You guys know this was designed by Bombardier back in the day, and then Airbus purchased the license to design and build the
Contact
plane.
Roma radar 121.315. Have a good afternoon.
Pretty cool.
Center 121.315.
helped
Ryanair 13 Papa
Synaptic
Kilo,
make
have a
this
good
happen.
afternoon.
Said I can't close this. There we go. But yeah, this plane doesn't look like an Airbus. It looks like its own thing, and it actually is its own thing, but yeah, just love the curtain. Pretty cool. You can see that the curtain goes around here and closes here, but it can also close this side. It can slide to this side and shut this side. I believe the intention is just to close off this area here for when the passengers are boarding or deboarding, especially first class. I don't think this plane has a first class. It doesn't. It's single class. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see that the curtain goes all the way over there. And it's an option, of course. There's a little camera here. Right there. With infrared sensors.
Flight level 210.
Oh, that's us. Descend maintain flight level 210 Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. There we go.
Speedbird 61 heavy.
Plane's now following VNAV as it should. Close the door now.
Roma radar with Malta 3 Mike Alpha, passing flight level 321, climbing to flight level 390.
With Malta 3 Mike Alpha, Roma radar identified.
Lots of Wizz Air planes around. And you notice that they say Wizz Air Malta. So you would think that all these planes are going to Malta, but they are not. They're just a different operator for Wizz Air. So I think Wizz Air has Wizz Air UK, Wizz Air Malta, and the third one I don't remember. And each have their own call sign. And but the idea of passing flight level 350.
Central 132.84, Ryanair 4 Whiskey Tango.
So FMS is set. We have set the minimums. Auto brake, let's set to low. ICA's checked, and arrival briefing. Do you want to hear the arrival briefing, Betsy?
Kilo X-ray, passing flight level
Kind of pale
308, climbing to
today,
flight
Betsy.
level
What's going
390.
on? Are you feeling okay, Betsy?
Below tier 6 Kilo X-ray, Roma radar identified. Continue climb
Let's
to
look
flight
at you.
level
Let's
390.
really look at you.
Continue climb to flight level 390, below tier 6 Kilo X-ray.
Oops, that's
Below
going
tier
outside.
75 Delta Echo.
How are you,
Roma
Betsy?
radar 134.78.
How really are you? Huh?
Center 134.78, below tier
It's
75
time to
Delta
face
Echo.
this. Let's little hanger there. It's time we face this face to face and let's talk. And she just doesn't care. She's an iron woman. Right, we need to decel here, so let's deploy the speed brakes. needs to
Roma radar,
keep up with
17 Mike
VNAV,
Romeo,
but at the same
passing
time
flight
he
level
also needs to
312, climbing to
decel.
flight level 340.
And according to real life pilot, that's Malta right there, by the way. According to real life pilots, the plane is a real pain to
Continue
control
climb to flight
while
level
descending.
340, easy 17 Mike Romeo.
Brakes in.
Roma radar, Iberia 08 Bravo Whiskey, flight level
You can
320.
actually keep the speed brakes
Iberia 08 Bravo Whiskey, Roma radar identified.
right there. This way we'll continue to descend and not accelerate. Or so I thought, maybe a little more. And there it is, stopping acceleration. It's no big deal as long as we're at this altitude, but after a moment descending we will reach below 10,000 feet. We need to be at below flight level, below 250 knots.
With Malta 288 Roma radar identified.
Alright, switching comms, pretty much the last comm frequency change with CPDLC. After this will be, we will probably be with
Malta radar, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. Good afternoon. Passing
Oh,
flight
I
level
am auto
260,
respond off.
descending to flight
That's
level
fine.
210.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Malta radar identified. Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, descend flight level 140.
Descend 140, flight level 140, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra.
Malta radar Skyline 3467, good afternoon, passing flight level 353, climbing to flight level 390.
So guys, we're about to arrive in
Skyline
Malta.
3467, Malta radar identified, continue climb to flight level 390. Continue climb to flight level 390, Skyline
Very close to our
3467.
destination now. Thank you so much for being there. I know I started a little late, but this time compression really helps to keep up, and we eventually got to Malta real quick compared to the almost 5 hours we would need in real time to get there. Turning on track IR again. So now I'm going to zoom in on the terrain here because it's going to be useful. Always useful to have terrain on
Air Baltic
landing on an
905 Echo
island.
Sierra, leave course heading 125, when able proceed direct Luqa Airport.
Leave Gozo heading 125 and then proceed direct to Luqa Airport. We'll take 905 Echo Sierra.
Skyline 669, a report ready for descent.
So
Ready for
we will
descent,
need
Skyline
to
669.
turn
Skyline
1905
669,
after
expect runway
Gozo.
31. Expect runway 31, Skyline 669.
So Luqa Airport is
Ryanair 10 Papa
almost
Papa,
at the
contact
center of the island. It's pretty much the biggest structure
approach
on the island.
155, Ryanair 10 Papa
I don't know if you could call this an island or an archipelago because it has two major islands and this tiny one here. Not sure if this is just one single island or an archipelago. Archipelago, I don't know how you say it in English. You know, group of islands. The approach to 3-1 is on the opposite end, so we need to go to the other side of the island, so I'm hoping for proper vectors, because I don't want to fly blindly into that ILS, but we'll see. Let me just confirm here our messages. So we are logged on, but I don't think we're going to get any further handovers. I'm just clearing the messages here. So right now we will need to turn to 125. So I'm just setting that up. after
Air
Guzo.
Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1017.
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1017, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra.
Negative QNH 1017.
That's what I said. QNH 1017, descend 5,000, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. That's exactly what I said. Or didn't I? Almost reaching Guzo. Flight plan's continuity, thank you. ILS is tuned in, so we localizer 312, 110.5, 110.5, 312, correct. So, for landing checklist, altimeters will be set after below the transition altitude. The landing gear will be down. We're going to set flaps all the way to flap 5, and the cabin, it's not, we don't have a way to come with the cabin, but it will be ready. So as we get out of Guzo, we need to turn left 125 and expect further vectoring. There's the runway right there. You can see it in the distance. This is one runway, and then there's an almost crossing runway as well. There's a big port of Malta, and this is the capital, Valletta. And you can barely see from up here, but there's some very cool archaeological sites here, including what appears to be one right next to the
Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, turn left heading 130.
Left 130, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. So let's turn 130 now.
Sky Knight 669 and lead Gozo heading 125 when able, proceed direct Luqa Airport.
Lead Gozo heading 125 when able, proceed direct Luqa Airport, Sky Knight 669.
iniBuilds did a good job in texturing
3467, report ready for
not
descent.
just the airport, but also texturing the surrounding areas.
Skyline 3467, expect runway 31.
And they did a good job with the free port of Malta, the big shipping port right on the approach path.
Control Tripoli 120.9er. Center on 120.9er, NR 104.
Not sure about this descent though.
Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, turn left heading 105.
Left 105, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra.
Skyline 3467, leave Gozo heading 125 when able, proceed direct Luqa.
Leave Gozo heading 125 when able, proceed direct Luqa, Skyline 3467.
Let's reduce our speed again, so not max but full.
Malta radar, Zodiac 374 heavy, flight level 390.
Zodiac 374 heavy, Malta radar identified.
Whoops, my bad. My bad. Sorry about that.
Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, turn right heading 150.
Right 150, Air Baltic 905 Sierra. Not gonna send it zigzagging, is he?
Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, contact Luke, approach 128.155.
128.155, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. I think I botched that. Oh no. Approach Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra with you, descending from 9,000 to 5,000 feet.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, look approach. Information kilo current. Good afternoon, QNH 1017. Expect radar vectors for ILS approach runway 31.
expecting vectors for the ILS approach runway 31, QNH 1017, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. I need to pick smaller call signs.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, turn left heading 135.
Left 135, Air Baltic Echo Sierra. Yeah, it accepts Echo Sierra, right? Usually only in VFR flying can you truncate your call sign, but apparently beyond ATC is lenient today. There it is. There's Malta. Cool.
Skylight 539, reduce speed 220 knots.
Reduce speed to 20 knots. Skylight 539er.
Ryanair 10 Papa Papa, contact Luqa Tower 135.105, good day.
There's a right
Contact Tower 135.105, Ryanair 10 Papa Papa.
Oh, bad timing. Another bad timing. Come on. There you go. There's the Freeport. Some very low clouds today.
Skylight 539, resume normal speed.
Resume normal speed. Skylight 539er.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, turn right heading 150.
Right 150, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. So we are turning this way here, and then probably we'll make a wide left-hand turn to intercept the ILS. We'll see. Altimeter is set local. 1017. Set and cross-checked.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, turn left heading 135 vectors for the approach.
Left 135, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. Speed check, flaps 1. I think this is going to be uneventful, we'll see. We're flying parallel to the approach procedure. CPDLC will probably not be used anymore. But we need to retract the the spoilers. There we go. Just turn on the no electronic devices now, and as well as seat belts. We've got the altimeters. We just need the landing gear, the flap, and the cabin will be ready, even if they're not. We're above the glide path here, but we'll begin our descent to 3000 as soon as...
Skylight 539, turn left heading 045 vectors for the approach.
Turn left heading 045, Skylight 539er.
Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, descend to 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000 feet, Air Baltic Echo Sierra.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, turn left, heading 035.
Left 035, Air Baltic Echo Sierra.
Skylight 539, turn left, heading 345, intercept the 31 localizer. Turn left, heading 345, intercept the 31 localizer, Skynight 539er.
For some reason it...
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, turn left, heading 345.
Left heading 345. Huh?
Negative, turn left, heading 345.
Left 345, Air Baltic Echo Sierra.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, 4 miles from Sudex, turn left, heading 340. Maintain 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS approach, runway 31.
Turn left heading 340, descend 3,000 feet, clear for the ILS runway 31, Air Baltic Echo Sierra. There we go, let's activate approach mode. Let's also get our nav source to localizer. Intercepting lock, approach lock 1. Plane appears to be landing. Not handling the localizer that well. According to real life pilots, this is actually how the real plane behaves as well. It will dance left and right until it can actually intercept the localizer properly. One of the little quirks of this aircraft, apparently. Speed check flaps 2. Well, VNAV descending appears to be better. I need to fly a bit more on this aircraft to be sure, but it does appear to be better, using a very wide meaning of that word. Flaps 3. If I'm not mistaken, that other aircraft, it was being directed in front of me, so I'm just giving it space to land. Let's get that gear down. Gear down. And flaps 4.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, contact Luqa Tower 135.105, bye-bye.
135.035 Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. I think I botched that. No. Luqa Tower Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, ILS approach runway 31.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, Luqa Tower, wind variable, 2 knots, runway 31, clear to land.
Clear to land, Air Baltic 95 Echo Sierra.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, clear to land, runway 31.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. Clear to land, runway 31, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. Keep forgetting the runway. Yeah, look at that. It's not looking good, so let's help it here with a little heading. Let's help it.
2500.
2500 check. Flaps 5. Let's turn towards the runway heading. And let's re-engage approach. Should be better now. It's a lot better now. Okay, let's get our approach chart here. Make a little picture. steady. We are clear to land. So let's go with the landing checklist. Actually, there's no checklist for landing. So we only have after landing. Keep it open. Right, let's try a manual approach, shall we? By the way, let me show you the beautiful approach looks.
Approaching 3-1.
Confirmed. Just making a few pictures. You guys will see why. Autopilot off. No auto land, that's expected. So we 500 check. Let's see if it screams minimums, because it only screamed. Previously it only screamed approaching minimums. But no minimums there at all. Minimums. So it doesn't scream minimums.
100. 50. 30. 20.
Retard. Butter. Reversers. Reversers deployed. Exit here, but not gonna happen.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, exit right at Foxtrot.
Right at Foxtrot, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. That's the next one. It's this one right here. Here we go. Runway exit procedures. Come on. Oh, I forgot the... Here we go. Airport diagram. Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra runway vacated.
Luqa Tower, Skynight 539er, ILS approach runway 31. Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, contact ground 121.605.
121.605 Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. Ground Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra with you. Taxi to company gate.
Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra, taxi to stand 21 via Foxtrot Tango.
Stand 21 via Foxtrot Tango, Air Baltic 905 Echo Sierra. Stand 21 via Foxtrot and Tango. So we are to turn left to Tango. And should be gate 21, so let's see. This is 17. Yep, it's a left-hand turn here. Let's not trip on anybody. Frame rate is okay with this airport. I can see a little drop on the frame rate counter, but nothing to call home about. I find the airport a little sparse in terms of details, but maybe this is how the real airport is. Maybe no. I know for a fact that the real airport isn't too populated. It doesn't have any jetways or anything. There's our gate 21. Let's turn in. There's also no VDGS, so only a marshal. There she is. And she's waving. Checklist complete. Oh my, what happened to her mouth? Oh no, she's dancing again. Her mouth is so weird. Let me take a screenshot of that. Yeah, at least I got a good landing, a good docking. All right, after shutdown checklist. So here we are done with this. All right, so parking brake set, done. We don't need APU. We're going to request our chokes and our ground power. Ground power is available. We can now shut down engine 1 and engine 2. Welcome to Malta.
The boarding requested.
The boarding requested. All right. Lots of low cost here. You can clearly see this as a vacation destination. Those that ground equipment, I think I'm going to remove it. There's an option to remove ground equipment, especially when it's interfering with the operations, like it is here. It's going to interfere with the passenger deboarding. Alright, let's perform the shutdown checklist now. So nose steer to off, APU is connected, well, external power is connected, slides disarmed, seat belts and beacon off.
Taxi to stand C7 Mike via Foxtrot, Tango Uniform Victor, Skynight 539er.
Lights off, we can keep the logo and the nav lights. So, flight control test not required, and flight shutdown is complete. Right, well, this was a very cool flight. We've been in sim for 3 hours and 40 minutes. Actually, I thought it would be closer to 5 hours, but no, it's only been 3 hours and 40 minutes. And yeah, it's a very uneventful flight. First thing, the Air Baltic, not the Air Baltic, why is the gear up? It should be, the lever should be down. First of all, regarding
passengers
the
deboarding starting.
Airbus A220, it is getting there. I still miss the weather radar and other features that are still missing. but it's getting there, like I said. Let's make a little tour around this airport, by the way, just in case you guys don't know. Malta, and of course most of you guys have never seen this one because this is the brand new airport from iniBuilds. It's a very cool airport with plane spotting spots like this one. Look at that, pretty cool. And this is actually a new feature from Chase Plane that you can actually use to plane spot. So let's see if I pick that plane over there. Get back to the camera. This one, and now if I pick that traffic, it's now going to zoom in on the traffic. It's pretty cool. It's doing that automatically, by the way, so I can pick other planes as well, as long as they're either moving or passing by. So this one, Algeria 737-800, is passing overhead, but that one, sorry, that one over there is just landing. Malta Airlines, it's on the approach. So now we are zooming in, and there it is, breaking the clouds. And you can actually go down to ground level. And now you're looking at the plane like a spotter. That's pretty cool. You've been to Malta? Lucky you. Looks like a very cool destination for vacation, I suppose. Let's see if you remember how the terminal is, because it's very cool. I just want to show you. Don't go away yet, Trexie. Let me show you the terminal. I think you're going to enjoy it, because it's actually modeled from the inside. So let's see if I move my camera faster. All the way here.
All aircraft be advised, information Lima now current. QNH 1017.
And look at that. Do you remember the terminal being like that? It actually has a little balcony here, actually two balconies, where you can observe the planes. It's just, I wish a lot of other airports. Oh, you were very young. This is real traffic. Yes, you can follow it in Flight Radar 24. So that Malta airplane is landing right now. All these Ryanair aircraft, maybe they're not in the exact gate as real life, but they are either expected to depart soon or being prepped for the next few hours, I suppose. And look at that. You can actually go inside this terminal here. It's actually a pretty cool feature. And you guys saw how the models were in Tallinn.
Bus is coming.
They were very low res, but look at these models. Look at that. I mean, they're static, they're not moving, but wow, even the magazine there. One thing I've noticed is that they are either smirking, or this guy's sitting in midair. They're either smirking or smiling, all of them. Which is, look at this guy, he's looking at his empty wallet and just smiling. She's smiling, he's smiling. This guy's not, but she's smiling. This guy's not, he's looking at his phone, probably bad news. When you come here, he's smiling. She's not, but he's smiling.
Passengers deporting
Smiling.
starting.
Smirking, smiling, smiling. You know you told her a joke and she's smiling from it, and that guy heard it. Yeah, we can make us a whole story here. Is smirking / smiling. She's happy. She's indifferent. She's smiling. She's suspicious, actually. Someone's there she doesn't want to see. That guy's smiling. Anyway, this is Malta Airport from iniBuilds, and that was an amazing flight out of Ljubljana. Oh, what am I saying? Out of Tallinn in Estonia, all the way here to Malta. And it's been a great privilege to be at this age of flight simming, because you can get so much realism out of these add-ons. So right now I'm using iniBuilds Malta with Synaptic / iniBuilds Airbus A220. We've just flew with Beyond ATC that brought us here and gave us all this traffic, and using StrataWX for the weather system. What a privilege it is. I also use vRAAS for the RAAS system. I used Tritrisim for the visual effects. By the way, I think they updated now. The plane is also, the Synaptic 220 is also compatible with Tritrisim GFX. And yeah, I mean, what a privilege. I keep reminding myself back in the day when I was flying FSX or FS9, and I just wished things would be a bit more realistic. Look at this, guys. I mean, look at this. You can actually, I mean, if you squint, you can actually believe this is a real life picture. You need to really squint because the clouds don't look realistic and there's some other issues, but it is great to be right here, right now. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did like what you saw, remember to leave a like, subscribing, all that helps. There's also a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. And always remember to share this with your friends because it really helps to make the channel grow. As for me, guys, this is the Glide Slope signing off, and like I usually say, there's always a blue sky above those cloudy days. So stay happy, stay humble, keep the blue side up. You know the drill. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.
I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin
in the chat here. Bye Angel, bye Traxy. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being my friends as well. See you next time.
Endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits.
Ryanair 7109, taxi to Stancy 911 via Foxtrot Tango.
Taxi to Stancy 911. As I soar into the